It's a glitch, bro. It's gotta be a glitch. If we all feel that way.
He won't even. Honestly, I was like, don't send it. He didn't even respond to me. He didn't say anything. I think he froze.
Oh no.
We lost.
No,
I
you
was like, oh, that was good. That was
You
good.
fucking got me, man.
I don't know. I'm ready. This is it.
All right.
This is it.
Shout out to 100, I guess.
100 of these fucking things, huh?
Yeah, Brandon.
100 episodes.
It's crazy because we started in March, so it's almost going to be 2 years.
March of 2020.
Yeah.
Holy
No,
shit.
March of 21. March of 21. So March of 22 is a whole year. March of 23 will be the second whole year.
Damn.
Yeah, we started in March of 21.
And Frank's been wearing the same shirt since day one.
Bro, I love this fucking shirt. Fuck you, man.
Hey, man.
I'm like a dad, but mightier. Okay.
Was that what your shirt says?
Yeah.
You believe what your shirt says?
I do.
You're a fat whore.
Oh my God.
Yo, have you seen the TikTok where people go up and they're like spell fat and spell her and then now put it together and they say fat her, but it's really father. And dude, some of these videos of some of these dudes, it's so funny, but it was funny because that's basically what you do, my fat whore.
You a fat whore.
Mm.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, man,
So
100.
where did you think we would be 100 episodes ago?
I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping we'd have more YouTube subscribers.
Yo, I can't argue with that because every subscription counts.
But
And,
I was gonna say, I am grateful for all the stuff we have had. Like, dude, we've had a couple episodes that hit almost 10,000 views, more than one. You know, we've had a couple of different clips that went like pretty good views on TikTok and stuff. A lot of our accounts, dude, for 2 years, we're at almost 3,000 followers on Twitter, 7,000 on TikTok. We got a few hundred on Facebook.
we hit all the continents, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the other thing on Buzzsprout. Like we
We got
hit
followers
all 7
in every
continents,
continent known to
all
man.
different kinds of countries that I was not expecting.
Every one of them known to man, Danny? Every one of them?
The one known to man, the ones not known to man are probably secretly listening to us, not trying to let us know they exist.
No, but like it was crazy. Some of the countries that I read were like just all over the fucking place. And I was like, wow, and it wasn't just like 1 or 2, like it was like 50, 60 views in certain countries that I'm like, holy shit. So that was one thing that was really cool.
Can I just bring some up? You see this little headband thing that I'm wearing? Don't I kind of look like the guy who's in that video who goes, hide your kids, hide your wife?
You do.
For a little bit, right? I just feel, I don't know. I looked at it from a certain angle and I was like, holy shit.
You're funny.
I remember when we first started with the social media was our first episode, right? And we were like, well, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about? And Frank's like, oh no, man, let's talk about social media and stuff. TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. I was like,
I still want to talk about TikTok all the time.
I did not think that was going to go, but I think we all pushed that episode so hard with our friends and family that it got all those views. And then we banged out the second one, which was OnlyFans, which was a slight turn of events for that one.
I still want to get an interview on the OnlyFans.
I would like to. If there's someone who does OnlyFans who listens, please reach out to us. We'd love to have you on.
I would love to have that as like an interview episode. But no, yeah, the social media episode did great for the first one.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
We did a lot of stuff that was trending. Like we had the cancel culture and we had the COVID. We did 2 episodes of COVID.
Well, we've had a few. I think we've had like 5 or 6 different.
They've been brought up, yeah.
But no, our best one to me, like that was just us, not an interview, not something like that, was the 90s throwback episode. Yeah, everyone loved the 90 throwback episode. And exactly, I was gonna say it was our first guest with Darren, and we had
Darren was our first guest.
Darren was on there.
It was just a good episode.
Darren.
I liked that one.
Darren's a nice reoccurring character in our show. You know, he comes in every now and then. He'd be like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. I'm going to record with Joe and Frank. He's like, can I get down on that? Or I'm like, yeah, bro, come through.
Darren's just a
show.
good soul with a good vibe, dude.
He
I
is.
fucking
He's
love
funny.
Darren.
I'd tell you the truth, he doesn't always follow directions the right way, but I mean, he's up there with it.
Yeah.
We did it.
Follows directions. What do you mean?
No. We did a draft day.
Oh,
with him.
you're still stuck on the draft thing. All right.
Well, we did have to redo that without him.
I'm like, top 3. He goes, all right, well, there's Cookie Crisp, there's Kicks, there's Fruit Loops, Cocoa Pebbles, and I also love Honeybee. I'm like, dude, top 3 means only 3, which I don't
Most
really
subs.
understand that anyway. And I was like, you can't be giving away other options. You got to let them pick what they want. He's like, oh, all right, no doubt. And then he just keeps doing it. But he's good people. He's a fun soul. I like him on. I like him on that.
So what are we doing for this 100th? What are these we got 100 animal trivia questions.
Yeah, we got 100 animal trivia questions.
As always, Danny
But
put together a list for us.
Yeah. I want to get back to just going over these episodes quick, because there was one that I wanted to revisit that we never did, and it was the one about aliens. Because I tried.
God, he always says this,
bro, because I think it's a phenomenal topic, and
We've
Joe's
talked
just
aliens
about it.
so many different
Nah,
times
we
on
brought it up.
occasion,
We didn't really
bro.
talk
Yeah,
about
that's what I
it.
mean.
And I have a really
We've
cool
brought it up
question.
so many different times.
I have a really cool question that I want to ask you guys about aliens, but I wanted to save it for the fucking episode that we never did. But since then, I think we've done a lot of conspiracy shit. I love that. That's fun for me. Joe clearly is like, I'd rather talk about fucking animals than conspiracy.
Joe has come a long way in 100 episodes in a sense of where he was totally dismissive to anything, to where now he accepts a lot of the ideas, to the sense of that there's controlled by one group. There's plenty of ideas that he's agreed with us on. He just doesn't agree that there's one group controlling it all, in a sense.
I dismiss everything you guys say about this shit.
Oh, don't even.
So now listen, let me ask you.
Bro, I have proof on the last one.
I just want to ask you though, are you legit like, no, I don't think this can be true, or are you sometimes saying it just to fuck with us? Because we give you a lot of information.
I am dead against it.
He still hasn't talked to Mr. White yet, though. I don't
want to talk to. I'm not calling him Mr. White.
I need you to talk to.
We're just not going to tell you his name, so you can just say,
"Yo, you're gonna have to call him Mr. White because that's the only thing you know him as."
I don't have to call him anything.
We actually never really address each. Well, we do sometimes, but it's very rare that we address each other on here.
Yeah,
unless
that's
I'm
true.
Specifically talking to you.
That is true.
So, but before that, we had a roll with stuff. Around Halloween, we talked about the horrors, killers, and thrillers, and we had serial killers going on. And I gotta say that after that, there was like 6 or 7 maybe in a row that I just loved. We had What Grinds Our Gears, that was fun. We had Going to the Movies, Afterlife, but then we had a couple good ones like Would You Rather or What If, where we were just banging questions out left and right. The moon landing was pretty fun, and then the waiter rant. Those were like my top.
Waiter rant was fun. I remember that.
Yeah, waiter rant was fun. That's fun for each of us, just because being in the restaurant business.
Story, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We had that random ass questions. That was pretty fun.
Did a lot of question shit, huh?
Yeah, bro. That's
well, we always did a lot of like random ass question type of episodes.
Yeah.
In between episodes when there wasn't some topic, like the Brian Landry thing. That was something that was big. That when it came out, we were like, "Oh, let's talk about this." We all knew what was going on about it a little bit, so we put our thought out there. So when there wasn't something like that going on, those episodes were fun to do, just to have like a filler in a sense in between. That was just us like still kicking it, having fun, and whatever. But
not necessarily having a specific topic, but still going on it.
When there wasn't something going on,
like the sex trafficking thing with the Epstein, that was pretty cool.
Still never heard anything about that.
No idea what's going on with that, because that's just fucking buried under the rug. Nope, nothing to see here.
It doesn't matter anymore. So
bro,
what do you want to hear?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant to anything right
there
now.
Are children
it doesn't matter
trafficked.
what you say. Sound like The Rock over here. No, but I think it does matter. I think the reason that people are saying it doesn't matter now is because they wanted it to not matter, so names didn't have to come out, so certain people wouldn't have to go to jail, so certain companies wouldn't crumble, so certain things wouldn't change, so Yeah. Oh, you better save my ass or I'm gonna let out some
Yeah.
secrets about you too. That's how the bricks start to fall, bro. That's how the dominoes start to collapse,
Yep. That's
Yeah.
what it is. That's it.
I mean, if I'm a rich person in power and I got some dirt on some other people that have dirt on me, and the dirt on me is about to get out, you best believe I'm gonna be like, you better help me or your shit's coming out too, motherfuckers.
Who's coming with me,
Yeah,
man?
100%.
If
That's
I
the
go,
first
you
thing I would
go.
say. That's your last line of defense is to be like, help me, help you, motherfucker.
Help me, help you.
Oh.
We did have a couple good ones. So we did reviews. That was fun. The Disney review, American Horror Story, Pinocchio, Stranger Things. We did.
Yeah,
It's
we had a
pretty-
lot of type of review episodes too. That's true.
Besides being
Didn't
like
think about that.
influential towards people, we also, I think, we provide a lot of information for people.
Well, shout out. We used to do Frankopedias most of the time back in the day.
Yeah.
We kind of stopped
Yeah,
doing
back in
those.
the day. Remember that?
We slowed down a
Frankopedia
bit.
was like a part of every episode, but then it was funny because then there were certain topics that we would come up with that didn't really need one, and then we kind of that's why it stopped. But yeah, no, that was fun back in the day. I miss doing those.
And now
You
we're
know
over
who's
here
one of-
talking about fucking animals.
Honestly, I know you guys aren't really like a fan of them as much, but
The
I really
Island
love the
Boys, bro. I swear to
episodes.
God, if you bring that up again,
Oh my god.
I do. I love the interview episodes. I think it's cool getting with other creators that we don't know, meeting someone new, hearing their story on their side of it too, and like just kind of another way to mix it up. You know what I mean? So I like that we've done the like couple different interviews that we've done, and I hope that we can get more of them this year. Like I would really like to see if like some other content creators or anyone like sees us or sees some of the messages we've put out or emails or whatever and like responds back. And I would hope to get some like cool guests in the future.
I think so.
Remember when Frank, like a little behind the scenes, tried to pull in some fucking left-handed social media guy?
What do you mean? Which one?
When Frank wanted to get his first like real interview.
Before I got Justin Silva, I know who he's talking about.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who it was.
I forget. There was
Like
a
the first
bunch,
person-
don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no,
but-
there was a few that I was like, oh, let's get this person on. Let's get this person on.
Bro, Frank was randomly messaging people, like sliding in DMs. I'm
I
like,
even think he got a
Bro.
hold of who was it, Jim Bauer?
I was, I
Yeah.
did. Jim Brewer.
Jim
Brewer.
Brewer,
I talked to
whatever
Jim
his
Brewer.
name is.
I talked to Patton Oswald and I
I'm
talked
crying.
to Josh Wolf.
a
And
lot of
yo,
them were like, "How much you paying us?" And we're like,
No, well, they were all
kinda
just, like,
hoping you get this on the
respectfully-
arm this time, but we got you next time.
no, they were all just like respectfully declined, but it was cool they even answered me. Like Patton Oswald, that was really cool to hear back from him. And Jim Brewer, like, bro, hello, half baked. Like that's legendary. So
Yeah,
the
but that
fact
guy's
that like
got nothing going on right now. So
I
he's
get
like,
that, but like to me, he's still nostalgic.
No,
you know what
it's
I mean?
cool, right? It's definitely like, bro, your cool level went up like fucking 10 when you told me that.
absolutely, definitely gain points on that one.
But so I was just like, I was literally at a time looking up lists. I was asking Deb, I was like, Deb, can you send me like lists of like C and D list celebrity ideas, like who I can message that like
That's
maybe
great.
isn't really like as popping nowadays, but like, you know, had some fucking stardom at one point. I was like, it'd be cool
You
if we
should talk
got
to
someone from
David
back in the
Spade.
day. Dude, I've tried to message like so many people like that. You have no idea. Like if you look through my Instagram DMs on our podcast account, I have messaged everyone like that you can think of that was like a BC list celebrity.
Fuck
100%.
it, bro. You
And
should just
TikTok
went all the way up
celebrities,
to A-list and see who's coming out with a new movie and be like, "Hey, listen, I know you're
I had a
fucking
couple
filming
up, but
right
there's
now,
no
but
way
if
they're
you
gonna
got-
hit us up. We got like 3,000 followers on Instagram. Let me try and get us to 10K there too, and then we'll see
it
what
up, man, do it
happens.
up.
But no, honestly, that's the one thing I have to say over everything. Our followers on all accounts between Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. We have a combined over 10,000 followers between all our different apps, which I love. And they have been growing more at a higher rate in the last year over the first year, which is great. I mean, the initial when we first put up the podcast, obviously it was like that big bump of like friends and family and stuff. But now, like, we really have, like, I've seen the numbers increase in the past few months, and that's the biggest thing that I'm grateful for. Even if we don't get a download for every episode or this and that, like, the followers that we know are going to come back and hear us eventually, listen to us eventually, maybe watch our clips, whatever. I am cool with that. When I see those
We
follower numbers go up,
appreciate you.
dude, when I see those follower numbers go up, that is what makes it for me. That's why that's what makes me be like, all right, when we recording again, let's do another episode.
Let's do it.
I can't even believe people fucking listen to us.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
How
Like,
about that? I didn't think anybody would give a shit.
when I start having a conversation at work, people walk away from me.
Like our friends listen because they're our friends and shit, but
Bro,
you know,
we're at just about 7,000 followers on
I
TikTok.
know it's cool.
10,000 followers, we start getting like open doors. Like we're right there on the cusp.
Well, wait a
Like,
second. Which one of you two doesn't open doors for the other person? Because that's the issue we got to walk out for.
Fucking Frank, bro. Rude.
There's gonna be a lot of open doors. I don't hold them
Bro.
open, but they'll be open.
Yeah, all
I
those
didn't
open
say-
doors
I
is gonna be
never
me on the
said
end of
I
each
don't
one,
hold them
holding it
open.
for
I'm
You
you.
just don't say thank you when people do open a door for you.
I actually do say thank you.
Well,
I
then,
just
I
was
don't know.
being devil's advocate on that side of the argument that day, and ever since then, I've held the title of not opening doors for some reason.
I've literally watched the door slam on Mia's face one time.
Yeah, Frank don't hold doors for people.
No,
he
I'm
doesn't
just
say
kidding,
thank
I'm just-
you, and he loves.
I'm not
jail.
gonna lie, I've totally been that dad where I've like holding her hand and not watching where she was walking and let her walk into stuff. I've totally been that dad.
Hey,
like once
she's
or
got to be
twice.
aware of her surroundings, man.
Yeah, that's the best part is because every time if you're a parent that's holding your kid's hand and you're walking with them and they walk into something, you're like,
Putting a lot of
"Watch where
faith
you're
in that kid.
going." No, but that's the first thing you say. You just look at them, you're like, watch where you're going. Like you're holding their hand. You were supposed to be watching where they're going for them.
No, you're guiding them. They got to know where their next step is going to be.
Oh no, dude, it's funny. I just man. I've done that so many times.
Okay, so,
All right, so we
I'm
get
going to
on the
start off
animal
by asking you
questions?
guys. Yeah. What is your favorite animal? We'll go with land, air, and sea.
Oh, okay. See, that's cool. We're breaking it down. Like so, one for land, one for air, one for sea.
Yeah. Do you want me to break it down for you so you understand the question better, or you got it?
Fuck you.
I love that Frank and I always go at each other in these. In a couple
Always.
episodes ago, he's talking over me again, and I just started blabbering so that people can't see what he's saying. I mean, they can't hear what he's saying, just to make my point. But I'm gonna retract myself from that. So I apologize, kind sir.
This is why we have to have boxing matches every so often.
This is why.
Remember the boxing event? Oh
That
my
was
God.
fun, actually. That was a
I can't
good
believe you
time.
just fucking did that.
I still want to do it again, just with different people.
I
Like,
can't believe I
don't wanna fight him
watched
again.
you do it. I allowed it to happen.
I wish you would have
I
let
think-
it go further.
Well, you're the one over there in the corner, like, I think you broke my jaw.
Well, yeah, no, not. I didn't mean that moment.
I
I meant
just-
like when the second round came out and you popped me. I wish he would have let it keep going
Oh
until I
my
hit the
God,
ground.
that shot Frank wobbled like.
I wish
He
he would have just
literally
let that
shook
go
his
on.
head. Frank got a
So-
lot of good shots in, I gotta say.
He did. He got some good shots on you, bro.
We
Fucking
kept-
busted
we
your
both did.
nose in the beginning.
Kept turning his back though, and I was like, bro, stop turning your back.
Yeah, because after I got fucking rocked, I fucking it totally threw all my fucking sense of everything off. I
He
was
said,
like,
"Whoa,
whoa,
whoa,
oh,
whoa."
I didn't think that was gonna happen. Oh shit!
I said to
Fucking
my
throw everything out the window. New plan, new plan. What was plan B? We didn't have a plan B.
what plan B? There is no plan B.
This is definitely plan C.
I remember I said to my sister before the fight, I said, listen, whatever happens, I said, do not stop this fight. I said, I will stop the fight if need be. I said, I don't care what's going on or how scared you get. Let me rock it because I need to test where I'm at as a man in this boxing
Well,
match.
see, I wish I went into it going into it as that too. But here's the bit, and this is the worst part. And I hate to say it. It is true though, but I hate to say it because it does sound like an excuse, but I don't mean it like that at all. After your nose got busted in the first round, you got mad because you got a little,
I
hurt.
got punched in the face real
Yeah,
hard.
that's what I'm saying. And I was saying, so you got mad. I got upset. I
felt
said
bad.
to Karen, I was like, I feel bad. Like, fuck. I don't want to keep. She's like, he's gonna want to hit you.
Yo,
And I'm like-
meanwhile, I hear his uncles in the corner like, hit him again. And I'm like, yeah,
And I
okay.
did. I felt bad because it's Danny. So then we come out, and then he rocks me, and I'm like, okay,
I don't feel that bad anymore.
wait a minute though. I'm like,
Which one of y'all hit me?
yeah, like I was just like, fuck. And that whole second round, I was just like, just trying to wait until the round ended. Like, really, I was literally just like, just get the round to end so you can center yourself again. And then the third round came out, and I was just like kind of scared it was gonna happen again. I was like, fuck, I didn't expect that to happen. What was like, and it just threw me off, man. But that's why I said, like,
nervous.
Doing it that time in the ring, like for real in that type of sense, made me want to do it again. Just not with Danny, because again, like I said, I want to do it with someone that I don't really give a fuck in a sense. Like I want,
actually hit and not.
And we
really...
talked about
our next boxing event. We'll pull someone off the street.
Well, we talked about doing another event and getting people to sign up where he could fight someone, I could fight someone, like that type of thing. So I would love to do that.
People that sign up are going to be people that you know, so you're not going to want to do it.
I mean, it could be someone I know that I don't like.
I guess.
Who's going to want to fight you?
There's plenty of people that want to fight me.
Well, DM them, see if they want to fight you.
Yeah, but we got to get somebody for you too.
Hey, Danny DeVito, you're a fat shit. You want to fight me? It ain't gonna be always sunny where I hit you.
Oh shit!
Got him.
Wow.
Oh man.
Right in the wiener.
That's it. So back to this question, if you want to get on this, what is your favorite
question? It's been 20 minutes. We haven't even talked about animals.
What I was gonna say, why the fuck are we animals? What we haven't.
All right, fuck animals. We don't
have
any ties to these animals.
I think Danny asked us what our favorite fucking land sea animal was. We didn't even. That was it. And then
see what I mean when I talk to people in person, they just walk away. You guys are ignoring my
change the whole.
I had good ones though. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about it already. I had good ones.
Good, because I have no idea what any three of mine were.
I would have said an orca, a wolf, and a hawk. An orca is a killer whale, dude. It's one of the most vicious animals in the sea.
Can I be funny real quick without anybody getting mad?
Yeah.
You said an orca, I swear on my life, and not to be stupid.
You thought it was a dolphin?
I swear to God.
My man's like, you mean the type of dolphin? That's good.
No, that was a good memory.
It's just like, all right.
It's a good memory. No, I think of it as a good memory too.
I felt bad after the fact. Like Joe and I had a serious conversation on the phone about it.
Bro,
I was like, yo, is he really upset? I don't know, man. He ended the conversation and stopped the live record, so maybe.
So wait, those are your three, Frank?
Yeah, it would definitely be a wolf.
An orca, a wolf, and a hawk.
A killer whale. So a killer whale.
Yeah.
A wolf.
You don't gotta make it sound manly by saying killer whale.
Well,
an orca.
You said orca. You stick to the orca.
Orca is what the real name is.
Yeah. Free Willy.
Great fucking movie.
Great.
That's a good one. I haven't seen. Actually, no, I did see that recently.
I haven't seen that.
Not in full, but I did watch it.
I should watch that with my kids. That was a good kid movie.
Boom, 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 boom.
What? Do you do that? Do you watch kid movies that you fucking love that make your kids watch them now?
Not that I make them, but I'll ask them. So like when we're picking out movies and stuff.
Wait, you ask them if they want to watch a movie?
Well, no, like if they say, Daddy, can we watch a movie? I'll say, do you want to watch a new movie or do you want to watch something you've seen already? And a lot of times they'll say, I want to see something like whatever it is. But sometimes they'll say, I want to watch something new.
So when it comes to watching Free Willy, are you going to ask them if they want to watch Free Willy, or you
just going to put that shit on?
Sit down, let's go. We're going to watch Free Willy.
No, I'll ask them, like, because if it's not something they're going to be into, I'm not going to force them to watch it. But
why not?
Because at some point they might be.
Movie.
Sometimes,
like, if they're not into it right now, kids change things so fucking often every couple months that they might not be interested to watch it right now, but in the next few months or the next year or so, they might watch it at some point. Plus, Free Willy isn't animated. That's more of like a live action movie, so it's different. A lot of the stuff I watch.
You're rotting their brain. You're giving them everything animated. You're making them.
That's not true, dude. They're only fucking 3 and 5.
Right. Educate them a little bit.
I have.
Show them what a real old school movie's supposed to be.
I have, dude. Like they've seen The Nightmare Before Christmas.
We don't need plenty of movies. Fucking green.
Actually, you know what? They did see live action, the new Pinocchio. They did see that.
They like it?
Yeah, and Mia loves the live action Beauty and the Beast with fucking what's her name?
Has she seen the regular Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does she like it?
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast is one of their favorite.
All right, you need to throw on some Mighty Ducks for them.
Mighty Ducks.
That's what I mean. There's
some Richie Rich,
and a 5-year-old girl. See, Richie Rich is that's a better choice to give them. But like Mighty Ducks,
Air
like
Bud,
7.
bro.
Air Bud.
8, that's a little older. Maybe
Air
like
Bud's
6 or 7.
Big Green.
Big
Like
Green is
Mike.
a good one, but again, that's a little older, I
Like
think.
Mike.
Who is that? Lil Bow Wow, right? He
Bro, they're
gets Jordan
5-year-old girls. They
want
want to watch princesses.
Bro, throw on the original Annie.
I don't really want to watch that.
Yeah, put on some Charlie Chaplin or something.
He said, "Put on the original Annie." I'm good.
And then
I'm good for
and
that
then
one.
make them watch
What's it?
Gold Member.
Gold Member. I love Gold.
Oh man, they won't
you
get
know
a lot
what's
of those
one that-
jokes though.
One that was one of my biggest favorites that they really like is Lilo and Stitch, which I love. Like they want to watch Lilo and Stitch all the time, and I love that movie.
Frank, don't you know how to do a
Shut
Lilo?
up! Yes, I do very well.
Didn't we make him do it one time?
Yeah, I do Stitch very
He's
well.
gonna do it right now. He wants to. That's why I brought it up.
Hi, my name's Stitch. Ohana means family. Family means never getting left behind or forgotten.
Is that the only line in the movie that you know?
That's one of the only lines he says. Or
This
how
is
about
true.
this
doesn't
one?
really
Ready? He
speak a
goes,
lot.
how about this? He goes, "This is my family. It's small and broken, but it's good."
Frank's been practicing.
It's pretty fucking good, Frank.
I told you my Stitch voice is on point, bro.
Gotta say.
The first word you said, I wasn't sold. It was like the second, third one. I was
You
like,
gotta
oh,
like,
You gotta let him talk, and then
yeah, you gotta like get
losing the vocal,
because
I
it's
know.
totally weird. I don't know how. I really don't know how I do it. I just tried it one day, and
I
they
don't
were like,
know.
"Oh my god, you sound just like him." And then I started practicing a little more.
that's how you should get Karen to be all hot and heavy. Babe, let's go upstairs. She'll be like, yeah, okay, so I could tuck you into bed and come home with the rest of the adults. Deem.
Oh, funny shit. All right, so how about this then?
This motherfucker.
What was your
said orca.
favorite episode?
My favorite episode that we did?
Yeah. Oh wait, are you guys gonna answer that? Dude?
Oh my
No,
god!
this will just be the ongoing question of the
you were
entire
like on a
episode.
hair. I was sitting back ready to say, "Well, fuck what I thought was." My
Well, I was gonna
favorite
say, like, I don't know, because
animal.
he said he didn't have any, and we
I
said
don't
fuck the
know.
animals at one
That
point,
was
so
the
I didn't know.
Stupidest, randomest question. Let's move on.
I'll answer mine in like another 30 minutes from now. I'll randomly be like, oh, by the way.
All right, so fine. What was your favorite episode? One.
I don't know. There's 100 of them.
I know.
Actually, there's 99.
Yeah, that's true.
My favorite episode, obviously, you know I can't pick one, but I can give you a top 5.
Big stretches
One.
over here.
One.
Name one. Just pick.
All right, so
just
there.
scroll through.
I'm
Look
gonna name
through.
one, but I wish we talked more about it.
Aliens.
No, the multiverse.
Oh, okay.
Multiverse.
Bro,
and-
you tried talking about shit in that episode, and I would question you on it, and you had zero answer. You actually started mumbling in some spots.
Motherfucker, it's a theory, okay? It's just
Bro,
what I
it's
think.
an extreme theory that we know zero about. You need to really explain yourself when it comes to a multiverse fucking explanation.
I think now
Try to convince me with facts, something close.
I think
There
now
is-
Spider-Man No Way Home came out, we have more of an idea of the theory.
Now you understand because Marvel said it.
Oh, well, I'm just saying now that you watched it in that sense. I think
Well,
we have more of an
somebody
idea of
put
the
it
theory.
in some sort of story or format where I can understand it. Whether it was in Spider-Man and Marvel did it first, like, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
get it. I understand it that way.
So
Can I be more open-minded to it in real life as opposed to in the Marvel universe? Yes. Do I think it's still absolutely ridiculous? Even more, yes.
You know what I think is absolutely ridiculous? You think that, and Joe, I love you to death. You're one of the 2 best friends that I have, but you are very close-minded, and if it's not presented to you in facts in front of your face, you won't even
Bro,
acknowledge the idea of it.
right, because I'm not playing make-believe. I'm playing realistic. I'm playing realism. I'm not playing make.
But when I'm
not talking
telling
about
you,
make-believe.
but this is what a
doesn't a
theory is.
scientist have a theory and then make it real? Like not everything
No, but he
has
has
to be
a
already
lab.
figured out for you.
But he has a lab, and he's able to do his research
No,
and do
but-
his work.
But the point of my statement is some ideas
I don't have
necessarily have to
fucking-
be already factually presented in front of you to be true.
Right, but that means we could say anything, and because it's right, I don't want to play that game every fucking time. That's just tiring. It's annoying. It's stupid.
What do you mean? It's fun.
It is fun until like you guys start getting really serious about it, and it's like, wow, my friends really think this shit, and I'm like, I can't believe that.
I didn't see a curve, Joe. I didn't see a curve, man.
Danny sent me this ridiculous video. Don't think I don't watch these videos.
I do
watch
think you
them.
don't watch them.
I watch them.
It's like
And
keep
I'm
sending them
watching
to
this
me.
guy, and he's fucking zipping through. He just took a fucking what do you call those pills? They get you all zoomed up, Adderall. He's got these wild drawings all over the place. I get it. He's smart, but bro, like at the one clip, he's like, you know, the 7 layers, 7 layers, 7 layers. And I get that. That all was like, wow. And then he's like, yes, it's flat inside 7 layers. And I'm like, nah, you lost me.
Bro, if you look though at some of the old school maps before, like they show that we had a globe and stuff. And
Up until the 1600s.
We didn't go into space in the 1600s, so we were going
But I'm
off of what
just
they're
saying.
traveling on.
Right? It
Right?
was only up until a couple hundred years ago. And then we went into space and just believed the people that went up there of what they said they saw.
NASA?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Do you know who NASA was created by?
The Illuminati? Right?
No. Do you know who NASA was
No,
originally
who?
formed from?
The Air Force?
They were originally 13 or
What?
30 Nazi scientists that were captured after the war and put in Houston. They were housed inside of Houston. That's when it was created to be Houston, was after the war. And they called it Houston because they housed all of these Nazi scientists. And then, what was it, 50 or 75 years later, NASA became Nazi NASA. Pretty fucking weird to me, don't you think? I'm just saying that's real history facts.
Genius
That's Operation
Nazis, bro.
Paperclip. You could Google that.
But they were
I
literally
know, I see an
captured
Operation Paperclip.
from the war
I know
and
all
then
about
taken
this.
there and then put there. And then all of a sudden, now we're in
I don't know
space.
all about
Now
it.
we went to space and we have all these videos and all this footage and all this stuff. And then as time went on and we got better at doing video and doing footage and doing green screens and doing editing and shit like that, it was easier to tell people what we wanted to tell them. I fucking truly believe that. That's not a fucking, that's what I'm saying. You make it like, oh, that's so no. That's not a crazy theory to believe.
It's
That's
not,
not something so crazy to
theory
think that the
believe,
people
but
that
there's
lie
no
to us on so many other
back
occasions
to it.
lied
There's
to
no
us
back
about stuff
behind
like
it.
this. There is, dude. That's what I'm saying. If you actually watch some of these videos and you're like, oh, there's so many videos that came out, go look at some of the videos that you show me and say like, oh, this person went to space. I bet you there's something that can be picked out of that video that doesn't go with them being in space. Like when people are floating and shit, 9 times out of 10, there's something in the video that should have been floating that wasn't.
That's just
floating.
what you're programmed to do, bro. Find something that's wrong that's not there.
And this is
I'm
something you're
programmed to
programmed
find
to
something?
do.
I
Just
know.
listen to
It's
what
just
the media
listen.
tells you.
I'm just saying,
a
a detective picks
zombie.
out things that are wrong.
Two things I want to touch on. Number
Why?
one, the moon. When we landed on the moon, how come we haven't been back? Let's just call it like that. I don't even want
And
an
his
answer.
blueprint
But
was wrong.
this is very true. But
The
we're on-
blueprint wasn't even the same.
why is it that if we went to the moon, why didn't we go back since then? It's been over 50 years. For what? Why wouldn't we? Now we want to go to Mars. Okay, but why not the moon? Number one. Number two, Joe, you're very much factual, matter of factual, meaning if it's not in front of you, you don't care what it is. You don't want to hear a theory. If it's not in front of you, present it with proof, you don't believe it. What about magic? You ever go to a magic show? You know when this what is it? Sleight of the hand is quicker than the eye.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really define magic because you don't know what it is, but it's there. Maybe it's an illusion, who knows? But there might be some type of magic. So that's kind of what I guess want to level with when I talk to you about this shit. You ever, if you don't like seafood, but if you haven't tried, let's say you haven't tried a steak, and I'm like, bro, you got to try the steak. You're like, nah. But then you try the steak and you're like, yo, I fucking love it. That's what I mean when I say open your eyes, bro. Just come.
I
to a
do.
fucking
I
eye.
try, but I don't love it. It's like me eating a fucking fillet of fish. I fucking hate it. It's disgusting. I spit it back out. It's gross.
He's like, all right, let me try this idea.
It's fucking ridiculous, right?
He's just gonna regurgitate it and be like, nope, not true. Don't believe you. I don't care. Whatever.
Listen,
I'm right.
again, all bullshit aside, like I don't mind it. I get it. It's like a real thing. It's not like just you two are the only people. There's millions of people that feel the same way. But it's just never anything clear. A, B, it's too aggressive. C, it's always something far-fetched. It's never really along the lines of like, wow, okay, that might happen. You know what I mean? It's
even
very,
what I just told
very
you.
rarely like that.
Not with
And at the end of the day, it really is just like a make-believe. It's just a make-believe game, bro. It's like,
but not even.
it's like, what if? Wouldn't that
It's
be
not a
cool?
make-believe game.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
would
an
be
unknown
fucking
game.
cool,
It's just something that isn't put in your face. Like, obviously, someone like that isn't gonna put something like that in the fucking news. But like, even taking down to what I just said, right? With NASA and saying that everything is true, taken to true of what they say from NASA. But if you really know the history behind NASA and where it started and where it came from, and if you really found that stuff out, would you really still want to believe that?
Listen, bro, honestly, I feel like if there was really such a thing as the Illuminati or like any bigger, higher, serious presence that controls a lot, it just like the world you live in today with the media, the news, you know how many people run, look at you. You're
six different billionaires run the news. 6.
Hold on.
That's not a lot.
Frank.
Because you were about to say do you know how many different people run the media? 6 different people.
Let me finish, dude. I don't want to get into this right now anyway.
Because he's getting into a corner.
No,
I'm not in a corner. I'm really not.
Bro,
I like to hear what he's got to say. Wait, I like to hear what he's got to say, Frank.
I don't even know what I was going to say anymore because I literally shut my brain off that fast that I drew a blank. What was I saying?
You were saying something about
he was avoiding the
Illuminati or higher power or something like that does control everything.
Oh, thank you, Danny. So, like, if you knew something so serious and so important, right? And you're always trying to prove to me, like, oh, well, this person tried to say something, but they stopped them, so it never leaked. You know, it never got out far enough. If you're anyone important, like, and again, I say this out of total respect, and it's not a diss. But like in the social media world, you compared to someone who has 10 million followers, you're a fucking nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you knew something extremely crazy that would blow the lid off of whatever the topic was, and you knew about it, you have what? A couple 100 million views on just your one social media site. You could just as easily post one thing and it'll flutter across media. Whether it takes a month or a year, it'll go. Someone's gonna see it loud and clear. It'll get out there.
If that was the case, most of our conspiracy theories would have gone viral by now.
Yeah,
right, but that's what I'm saying. There's too many there's too many outlets. You could say, oh, well, this media doesn't want you to see it, so they're not going to put it out there. Doesn't need to be on a huge media. Someone as simple as you could, you know, how many things get posted on social media by somebody secretly and then it blows up and like everybody fucking knows about it, just like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if like there was really aliens, there's too many people for everybody to do the same exact thing altogether. I don't care how perfectly fucking you run the world. Somebody somewhere will tell someone who tell somebody else who will get this from somebody else, and it'll get out there.
Yeah, and then that person dies.
Even
no,
right,
not even
but
that.
even
No,
if
not
20
even
people,
dies. I don't
even
believe
if
that.
20 people die.
I don't believe what Joe's saying is real, though. I don't agree with that.
Somebody's going to make sure that everybody sees it. It'll get out on some type of platform.
Not true, again, because again, when there's only a certain amount of people that control the main massive last decision from these social media or from these media companies, number one, and number two, if you're in that type of power, these people don't care about money. They print fucking money, dude. They are at the level of above money. They don't give a fuck at that point. Those type of people. I'm not
going along the lines of money.
So when you're like, oh, yeah, anyone can be paid. Anybody's life can be changed to be quieted. But like you say stuff like that, and then you're like, oh, no. Did you even watch the Andrew Tate video? He's been talking like some massive shit lately.
You know what just happened to him? Like literally like a few hours ago?
What happened? Car crash?
He just got arrested, him and his brother, in Romania for human trafficking.
Exactly. And what did he say on the
That's
interview?
what
Dan?
I thought
He
it was
literally-
that you sent me. That's why I didn't watch the
No.
video, because I just saw so much shit about it. I was
No,
like,
but
oh, they're sending
his
me a video
interview
about it,
was
I'm not
him
reading it.
literally saying, I know something is going to happen to me soon because of what I've been talking out, and him explaining why the way he's been talking is a danger, because 20 to 30-year-old males are the ones that are going to go into the army and fight for them blindly, and him giving them a choice and giving them a voice and giving them a fucking option to think for themselves and make themselves better rather than fight for some worthless cause is fucking up their plan. And all the stuff that he was talking about and everything, he's saying they want to silence me. They already tried to make my name look bad. I know that something's going to happen to me next soon. And then boom, look what you just said. It's exactly what goes in the theory. But even that aside, I wanted to say this. You didn't even answer my question.
How do you know
You
he
started
didn't?
talking about Illuminati, but you didn't even answer my question.
What
I was
your
talking
question?
about, I said, even if before when I mentioned the stuff, if you knew, talking about how we were talking conspiracy theories, you're knowing the facts of knowing everything about Houston and where it came from and NASA and how it started and everything, you don't question to think that everything that they say is true. You just think that everything that has came out is true when they were originally structured from Nazi
Yeah,
scientists
but that
were
doesn't
captured.
mean shit. That just
That
means
does
that
mean
we're
shit,
jerk
dude.
offs. That doesn't mean it's Illuminati.
No, I'm not saying any. I didn't say the word Illuminati. You said Illuminati. I just said you were questioning conspiracy theories and saying that, oh, some of them are so crazy and so whatever. I said, not saying that all of them are so crazy. Some of them do have facts, and talking about the one that I had just mentioned, and then saying that,
But
and
I don't
knowing
know
where
just
NASA
because
comes
you
from.
mentioned, just because you just mentioned that to me doesn't mean I'm going to believe it.
But
I
if
believe-
you look it
I
up,
believe-
it's true.
Right, but
Like, that
I'm
was
not.
really what
I'm
happened.
not a
That's
professor.
factual
I'm not
history.
a teacher. I don't have.
I'm not
notebooks in
saying
front of
you
me, and
are,
I'm
but I
studying.
was recently told this because the guy that we had, Mr. White, had talked this about us, and I literally did go look this up, and this is factual history. After the war,
I don't
after
see
we
what
defeated
that
the
proves, though.
Nazis,
I'm lost.
we-
And I'm not arguing it. I just don't know what
it does
what
prove a lot.
prove?
After we
Prove
defeated
what?
them, we said, now you're going to come work for us. And we
But-
captured them, and then all of a sudden
Right.
made all these astronomical advances through
Right.
NASA, through all these things. that we
Maybe
got
the
to the moon,
Germans
this
just
and
had
that.
smarter people, and that's why we captured them to get their fucking technology.
Or
Where-
maybe we told them what the fuck to do in order to make what we wanted to be seen.
All right, so I got you. Maybe we did. It sounds 100%, and on my life, it sounds 100% believable. But do we have, like, who said that this was a thing? Like, how do you know about it? Are any of those scientists, did they or family members or friends or anybody speak out about what had happened to them, how they were captured in
No,
America?
they were captured prisoners, dude. How are you going to speak out if you're a fucking captured prisoner?
So how do we know that this is true, though? Where did you hear this from?
I'm
That's
saying
what
you can
asking.
actually look it up. It's factual information,
Right,
history. It's on the web. It's out
going
there.
to look it forward, but you're talking about it now, telling me. So where did you, like, what? I'm confused. Explain it, because I'm lost.
I'll send you whatever links that I looked up because it's in my browser history. It's not like I fucking remember exactly like, oh, it was this.com. But I will send you some of the stuff that I looked up. But if you literally just type in where NASA started, and it'll literally tell you all the history of after the war and what year and all the different stuff. And it is crazy to
The
know
internet
that.
will tell you anything, bro.
I do agree with that. Because you can
That's
look at
where I'm going.
you
That's
can
why I'm
look
asking,
at
like,
if
where did
something
you hear
is
this?
true
Because
or if something
I
is
could type
false,
in
and it'll give you
anything,
yes. You can
and-
find websites on if something is true or if something is false. I do agree with that.
right?
But
But
look it up, check it out, because like I said,
I
it's
will,
not
I'm
something that's
going
very
to.
hidden.
I'll
And
bullshit aside.
when
I'm
you
gonna look
do
that up.
see shit like that, it does put different things in perspective. So once I started talking to him about those things, then I started listening a little more because I was like, okay, well, wait, like if that
It's
makes
just,
sense,
you
like
guys always tell me, oh, you gotta wait and see it, and then you'll understand more. And then I'll actually see it, and then I'm like turned off about it even more, though.
well, that's why, because
Every time.
once the one thing clicks for you, and that's what it was for me, and that's what I mean. Like once I
Yeah.
saw that and I looked at
You
it for
know?
myself, and it clicked for me on my own to want to look for it on my own without being
Yeah.
told from someone else.
All right.
That's when it was a little different. And then now in the last like month or two, dude, like I've looked at so much shit and I'm just like, fuck, the earth is flat. Fuck. Like I swear to God, it's true.
Yeah.
But I guess it is a matter of the mind in a sense. But a lot of the stuff, see, like a lot of the stuff that Danny sends me too about like the matter and solid form and how like if you look at an atom closely enough on like so many times microscopic, it actually ends
Yeah.
up being nothing. It's just energy. There's no physical form to an atom. So if we're just made up of protons, neutrons, electrons, we're made up of atoms. Essentially, our physical form is the quote unquote matrix that we're kind of stuck in in the sense of like when you die and they say like you pass on, like your energy passes on, your body is like 8 ounces lighter when you die because it's your soul leaving your body.
Yeah.
That soul actually does move on to something else. Like that's that proof of that, or so to speak, quote unquote proof. But that's the one biggest thing that I do believe in. And that was like one of the things too that like I had to look up so much more. And he sent me so many different documentaries on that. And I have to say, like, that's one thing. Like, I've always been a spiritual person and believing that, like, you know, people that have passed on that I knew that were still around in certain signs or whatever that I thought that I felt. But watching things like that made me truly believe that there is an afterlife, reincarnation, whatever you want to call it, higher power, some place where everybody is, whatever it is, heaven, whatever. But I do believe that there is something.
Fair. Fair.
So that was actually what I was going to bring up before, because when Joe brought up Illuminati or higher forces or different beings and stuff, bro, I don't expect you to believe all the shit that I say. I'd be grateful if you believe in 10% of the shit that I say, because I'm out there, dude. I know I'm out there. My family thinks I'm out there. My friends think I'm out there. I appreciate you, man.
I don't think you're out there, bro.
No, I'm out there.
Sometimes I'm like, you really believe that?
Yeah, I don't think
at the end of the day, it's not necessarily like, okay, Illuminati. It's more so good versus evil. That's the bottom line of everything. And there's good energy and there's bad energy, you know, and that's why you get positive and negative. And it's about how you go about your day. Like Frank mentioned something that I said to him a while back that he always, you know, keeps in mind. With me. What was it? You want to repeat it real quick?
The difference between a good and a bad day is your perception.
Right. So that being said, go ahead.
If you wake up and you're like, fuck, I'm not a morning person. Fuck, today's going to suck. Fuck, I don't want to do this at work today. Fuck, this not. You're going to have a bad day. But if you wake up and you're like, yo, dude, like there's plenty of people that don't even have the fucking house that I have to wake up in. You know what? Like some shit might be broken, but fucking I'm grateful for this. Or thank God I have this fucking cup of coffee to make right now. Or thank God I don't have to worry about fucking taking the bus because I have a car or whatever. Like the little blessings that you do have, instead of complaining about those blessings, and appreciate them, because knowing that it could be worse.
Right.
It really does fucking change the outlook of your day. Your brain is made up of protons and neutrons. Again, there's a positive side and a negative side. So when you wake up and you start thinking negative thoughts, the negative shit starts to process. When you wake up and you start thinking positive thoughts, the positive shit starts to process. And when you start processing the positive shit, you start coming up with positive ideas, and then that comes up with positive results. And
that's a manifestation.
For the negative. Bro, this is literally Steve Harvey talks about this shit in some of his motivational things, because I listen to a lot of like that morning motivational stuff when I wake up now. I do it on TikTok in the morning and shit like that with people on my live. But he talks about that. And I truly fucking believe that. Like, I have woken up as both of those people, and I can tell you it fucking feels good to wake up and try and say those things. Some of them might sound corny, but when you say them to yourself, when you actually start to believe them, and it makes your day.
You're affirming positivity, and that's what manifestation is, right? So what he's saying now, if and this is a known thing to manifest shit, if you really feel it in your gut, that sends some type of energetic signal to the fucking universe, whatever you want to call it, and good things will come to you. That's why you got to stay positive with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, when you're looking for good, you're going to find good. When you're looking for negative, you're going to find negative.
Exactly my point. There's got to be something more than just physical life, because if there is a group of people, let's just say for the record, Joe, that this Illuminati does exist, and it's an elite group of people, and they're doing all this stuff for the world, not for their own riches, because like Frank said, money doesn't matter to them. Money is nothing to these people. It's a battle of good and evil. They either want your soul or whatever the case is. They have some information that nobody else does. And that information is probably that there is a higher being of some sort, or there is some type of a God that they all praise religiously about, because they know that at the end game, that's what really matters. They need more power. They need more souls. That's why everyone's selling their soul to become rich and famous in this material world. One second. But at the same time, they're doing it for the greater good of themselves, thinking that, okay, maybe I can either live forever or I could have all this and all that. At the end of the day, they're doing it because they believe in something so wholeheartedly. And let's say they don't exist. These people are then probably will wind up in hell, whatever you want to call it, because they don't have an end goal. But if they're working so hard for world domination or new world order, whatever, there's got to be something out there. So you can manifest positivity, or you can follow the Illuminati and just have riches in the material world.
Off of one of the things you sent me, I saw another video that talked about, and it's funny that you mentioned good and evil, and it talked about gods, and it talked about good and evil. You might have actually sent me this one too, but it's funny because it does talk about in a sense of like gods are literally someone that holds power more than the average. So when you look at like the definition of a god, it doesn't have to be a superpower or an eternal power or something like that. Like a god, like technically the people that we believe as quote unquote Illuminati, like the richest people in the world, are technically gods. Like if you really think about it, more than 98% of the world, which is 7 billion people or something like that, they have more control over, in a sense of like anything they wanted to do to you, they could, because they have the money to do it and they have whatever, like they have the control. Like you said, like we said, these people are above money. Like they print money. They have so much money that they can make more money appear. It's just how that fucking world works. So when you're in that sense and like you're talking about that, it does come down to good and evil. Now it comes down to, if we are energy at the end of the day, and when we die, that is just the matter that moves on. Were you good or were you evil? That's going to determine where you end up and where you go. So yeah, like it's just crazy to think about to me, because I have gotten more away from the Illuminati theory in the sense of calling them that, especially because I know Joe doesn't like that word, but because of, in the sense of like, yes,
Who is it, bro? Who exactly?
Are there a limited amount of people that
love it.
control things and that think of themselves as gods? Yes. Do we have to call them the Illuminati? No, because they are still the same.
I feel
families.
better when you say it that way, bro. I don't
But
know why, I just do.
yeah, but I do believe that it does come down to, at the end of the day, good and evil. Will you corrupt your own self for that? You know what I mean? Like I do believe that.
Shit?
Yeah, for the stuff that they're willing to put in front of you to do towards their cause. Because at the end of the day, I do believe that like a new world order, in the sense of like I do believe that we'll see slavery again in the next 100 years. Like maybe not us personally, but I do see that it's going to, even dude, if you look at trying to get a house 10 to 20 years ago compared to now, like I've been on my own since I was 15. I've been on my own for like 18 years. Trying to get a house 10 years ago compared to trying to get a house now is so much harder. You have to give your income and your fucking bank statements and checks for 3 months. You never used to have to give any of that shit. Like they would check your credit score and stuff, but like it wasn't like as thorough as it is now. To me, there's reasons for those things. They're making it more harder for you to rent houses and do things. They want people to be, oh, you buy a house or you're not. Like it's more of a separation, because in the long run, it's going to be easier to determine who is going to be on what class. And I think that there's a lot of things they're setting up, like with all the social currency, with all this Bitcoin and Dogecoin and all this other shit, with the way that like if you're a millionaire and you can't go take $500,000 out of the bank, it's crazy the way that like banks won't even take money from you nowadays. Like I've seen videos of like millionaires talking about they want to go make a deposit for like 6 figures and banks don't even want to take it. Like that's fucking weird, dude. That's like there's shit going on that we don't know about. Obviously, we always can admit that. The shit that we don't know about is scaring me more and more, because again, the things that we have talked about, how they put things in your face and then certain things have come to happen. It's a joke that the Simpsons have had all these episodes come out that have been true. I don't think that's a joke. I think that's like a fucking crazy coincidence. Not that's a real coincidence.
Not to get into it.
I do. I think that's them like telling you something's going to happen without them telling us something's going to happen. Like, oh, we're trying to show you that something's going to happen. We're trying to whatever, but everybody's fucking laughing at this shit and thinking it's whatever, because that's how they're making you see it afterwards. They're like,
how is nobody else
funny.
stopping them though? How are they going to keep allowing them to show so much in their cartoons?
Well, because they don't put it out as, again, it's not a threat to them, because everybody laughs at it, everybody puts it off, whatever. So as many times as they're like, oh, we're trying to tell you, but you don't.
It's always an excuse, bro.
Well, because again, that is the way that people see it, though. That is how people see it. I personally do believe that. I do believe that that is another person that's like, again, Andrew Tate's trying to tell somebody something. really watch that interview, dude. I think the one he sent us is only like a 10-minute clip of the whole interview, and what he says in that 10-minute clip is actually pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Because if you're talking about like what happened tonight, like that's what he said was going to happen to him. It's
Yeah.
literally what he said. When you look at the Epsteins and this and that, where you're like, okay, yeah, that wasn't an accident. There are a lot of them, and if you do tie them all together and you do connect them to certain points in history, like that's why I like talking to Mr. White, because he is very knowledgeable in moments of history, and he's the one that like told us about NASA and Houston and like all this stuff. Dude, when you think about it and things like that, and you do break it down to things that can be looked up to moments of history, and it is relatable to facts, it's like, fuck, like, damn. And then you start thinking, you're like, well, if that's fucking possible, what the fuck about this? And what the fuck about this? And that's when you get down that, so to speak, rabbit hole that you're talking about. So yes, is every theory right? No. But I do believe in the ultimate thing that we end up talking about always, that there is like some agenda. I do believe that.
Ooh.
Joe, let me ask you a question. So
Wow.
he said before about like gods, right? And you were like, okay, that's a better word than Illuminati. Back in like Egyptian times and before that, even the Greeks, the Romans, the
The
Spaniards,
powerful people call themselves gods.
do you think that the pharaohs and whatnot were gods? Like, do you believe in gods of multi, like,
Well, it don't matter if you believe it or not. That's what they call themselves.
right? But what I'm saying is, do you believe in like the god of the sun, the god of rain, the god of Venus, like Venus
Oh.
and the Greek gods and stuff like that? Because there was a big thing for them at that time because they worship these gods, whether it's god of war, Aphrodite, the god of love, or certain things like that. They had different gods for different reasons. Do you think that that was possible?
Maybe.
Like all right, so most people either worship Jesus or Muhammad or Allah or Buddha as far
Right.
as
Not
us,
even, like you
because
said,
that's
like
a
the God of
religion.
War.
Wait,
The
because
God of
that's a
War came out
religion.
because they won that war, and like it was something that they actually did. It was something that people believed in them
But people
because
had
of like
faith in it,
achievements
so
that they
they
made.
prayed
Yeah.
to Ares, the god of war, so that
I
they
don't
could
know.
win.
I don't really know nothing about any of that, so I
No,
can't
but
really
it's
give
not
you an
even-
opinion on if I think it's real
Well,
or not.
I mean, I'm not really asking for facts, but what I'm saying is, let's say, all right, people believe in luck the way those people believed in gods. Let's say all the Greeks believed in Ares, god of war, and they prayed to him, they worshipped him, and then they won. They'd be like, okay, yeah, Ares is the god of war. But if they lost, then what? Then how do they feel? They're like, okay, there is no god of war, or the god of war didn't appreciate our sacrifice or didn't appreciate our giving to them, that he went against us, or
Well, that's
she.
what I'm saying. In history, they ended up calling them these things because of the achievements that they did, because of like they were. I mean, again, I don't know the moments in history either for all of them to say like the God of love and this and that, like what they did. But like I say, the God of war because that one I know. Like what I forget which war it was, but she won a war, and because of like her tactical smarts or whatever, and that's why they believed in her after. So like, is someone like that considered a god? I think is what he's asking you. Like do you, like, if you were in that time with those people and this person was like, I'm the god of war, and then won the war, like would you believe in that person?
No, he's just a guy who won the war.
So like you wouldn't believe in that whole like way of that, like calling that person a god just because of their power.
Right.
Okay.
It's like Danny, my bestest friend in the whole entire universe, and Frank. But like if Danny,
And Frank.
if Danny, bro, decided to take over Staten Island and like call himself a god of New York, whatever, you're not even being silly. Well, I really think Danny's a god? No, that's just my best friend who fucking took over New York City. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's a god. He's not. He didn't come down from fucking.
Okay, what if Danny turned around and started like producing art like crazy, and then like became like the most famous artist ever and sold for like the most biggest paintings money wise in the world, and then called himself the god of art? Would you call him the god of art?
No,
Like
he
was the most famous,
him,
most money producing artist,
right,
like most
easy.
powerful artist that ever became. Would you call him the god of art?
Bro, 4 letters. That's it. He's the GOAT.
Shit.
He's the GOAT of
He's not
art,
the god,
bro.
he's the
Compare
goat.
that.
The
You
GOAT.
can't compare that.
He's the
because
GOAT, bro.
No,
Tom Brady,
but-
is he a god? Like, yeah, he's a football god, but like, realistically,
You said he's a football god.
Right, he's just Tom Brady. It's a saying. You know what I mean? He's just fucking Tom Brady.
Is he just Tom Brady? Because anyone else that played that position couldn't do that. So does that make him a god? That's the argument. You know what I mean? Like, because he was that much better and that much more amazing. Is he a god in the sense of that?
No, he's just the best there ever was. He's the GOAT.
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever bring you down.
I believe in goats.
You believe in goats.
Oh my
Goat
God.
lives matter.
Wait, I was gonna say this earlier. I just wanted to say it real quick because I feel like we're gonna come to a wrap. My favorite episode that we ever did was serial killers.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
I've listened to that one like on repeat a couple different times. I like the serial killers episode. It was a lot of facts. We talked to a lot of cool different serial killers and different things about them and shit.
We talked to them?
No, I said we talked about.
Oh, I thought you said we talked to a lot of different serial killers.
No, we talked about a lot of different serial killers, and like I do. I think we had a lot of facts. We were ready for that episode. Like that was one of our good ones.
Joe, do you have a favorite episode?
No. No, I'm just kidding.
Mother.
Honestly, my favorite episode was the candy episode.
Oh yeah,
Really? Okay.
that was a good one. Why though?
Because
we got to eat on camera.
A ton of fucking candy, bro. What do you mean, bro?
Let's try
Come on,
some
bro.
candy.
It was so good. What do you mean? I like that episode.
So
I like
What was
the
your
attic
favorite-
episode.
What was your favorite candy in that episode?
My favorite candy in that episode was probably it was one of those the gummies that he gave you, the cherry ones, I think they
Yeah,
were, right?
Fire.
Strawberry
That shit
or
was
cherry.
fire.
Strawberry, right?
I said
know
we
that
all
that
kept
was a
going back to
thing.
eat those, the ones that Darren brought.
Oh my god, so good.
So
we did all keep going back to eat those.
Good pick.
I love that and the whatchamacallit. I've never had a whatchamacallit until that night, and that shit is fucking good.
I liked. It was funny. The second thing we ate were like those different colored straws, the sour straws, and nobody liked them but me. And I kept.
Frank
going
was
back
like,
to
"Yeah, I'll
eat
take them
those.
with me." So that episode, I don't know why I didn't, because I'm the one who fucking does the artwork, but I wanted to call it "Let Me Take You to the Candy Shop,"
Oh,
and we wound up calling it "Let's Try Some New Candy." But I think that worked out.
I also like. No wait, what was the episode where we had to get like really shitty? Just recently,
What do you mean, really shitty?
like our top 3 worst things to say and shit. Like, what was it?
Draft day.
Draft day. Yeah,
That was
episode-
mad fun. I had
Yeah,
so
draft
much
day was
fun
a
doing
fun
that.
one.
Probably one of my favorite episodes. Do it.
If you haven't checked out Draft Day, go check it out. It's fucking hilarious. I love it. I think that's definitely top 3 funny ones for me.
Yeah,
Top
that one
three?
definitely-
Top 3, my last one is definitely the boxing one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, which boxing one? When we fought?
The event, yes. Just
Oh, the
like
event.
that whole thing in general, that
Yeah.
was like my favorite. That was fun. That was funny. That was fun.
That was. I
No,
like
was
that.
good.
So my
Shot.
favorite sea animal is an octopus. And I like wolves too. That's a good land animal for me. But I like bats and I like parrots because parrots can kind of talk to you.
He said bats. Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Wait, what was the first one?
Octopus.
Octopus are very
Or a
smart.
jellyfish.
That's a good.
They're
Octopus
dumb
is a
smart.
great.
Octopuses
Wait.
are my favorite sea animal. So
Do you want to hear a fun random fact that I found out about jellyfish and sea turtles recently?
No.
they have sex with each other?
Yes.
So, do you know how in Finding Nemo, the sea turtle, kind of acts like he's stoned?
Yeah.
That was actually
Yeah.
because that they looked up like things about sea turtles before that in the movie to make them as real as possible. And sea turtles actually try to eat jellyfish. And when they get injected by whatever the sting is from the jellyfish, they get a reaction to where they feel high. And it's
Really?
basically just like in a sense of how we would feel high from drugs. And they get addicted
But
to it.
how are
And they
kids
eat
from
jellyfish.
6 to 15 years
No
old
one like that is
supposed
going to know that,
fucking
but
know
that was just how.
No, but that's for
realistic they made
adults.
it.
If you're a
that's-
fucking-
because a little kid's gonna walk down there and be like, "Oh, I want to be like just like Mr. Turtle,"
No, but that's just like for
and
the
there's your
adults to know.
stoner child, bro.
But yeah, so
Just-
like
that's it.
these sea turtles get addicted to eating jellyfish and feeling the effect of feeling quote unquote high.
Interesting.
Isn't that
Be
funny?
eating jellyfish this summer, bro.
You got to catch one first. And those
They
sting
just
like a
float there,
motherfucker.
bro. They
Find
just
a
float.
jellyfish, your face
Jellyfish
is
have to
gonna
be the
blow
easiest
fuck
thing to
up.
catch. They just float right there in front of you.
Have you ever gotten stung by a jellyfish?
That shit
Yes, I have
hurts.
in the
Me too.
Bahamas.
Shit hurts.
Did you pee on it?
No, they put like
What
all
you're
types
supposed
of
to
shit
do.
on my arm.
If you're alone and you pee on it, the chemicals in your urine help numb the pain. Doesn't make it
Right.
go away, but it helps.
If
numb
I wasn't on a boat doing a group trip, I would have fucking whipped out my dick and pissed on my arm.
If I was on a boat in a group trip, I would have still whipped out my dick and pissed on myself. I'm like,
would.
fuck y'all, this shit hurts. Oh,
Damn.
oh.
My chair thing unlocked, and I leaned back, and I thought the chair was falling back. I just
That
got
would've
so
been fun.
nervous.
Oh, that's
So-
funny.
Before we wrap this up, I do want to say that my two
Okay.
favorite my two favorite moments is one's not a moment. One is that Joe and I, every couple episodes, we keep bringing up the fact that Frank can't wait to go to jail. That's like an ongoing joke that I love. But when Frank tried to pronunciate,
Bro, that was like our best clip in my opinion.
No, wait. If we're talking
ever.
about things like that,
You
the
tried
best
to-
clip
wait,
to me
God.
still was Kim's Convenience.
Oh, Kim's
To this day,
Oh,
Kim's
that was a good one,
Convenience was
too.
the best. And honestly, months later, I turned on Netflix and then like that thing came up and I was like, oh shit, he wasn't lying.
That was good. Y'all thought I was watching porn while we're recording.
Man,
So
funny.
many good episode moments. That's
That was
the
good.
coolest part about like doing 100 episodes. You know, like every second of the show might not have that type of like whatever, but like if you watch us, like you will catch those moments throughout the show.
I feel like people who listen to us get a good sense of who we are or where we've come from, besides
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that we tell them. But like even throughout our conversations with each other, you could tell how close we are and that we hang out all the time and that we bullshit about stupid shit, even outside the podcast. We have lives, obviously, but like they still revolve around each other. And I appreciate that about you guys. But when we were talking about like Waiter Rant, like one of Joe's episodes, we all worked in the same place, but we all had different stories to tell about our funny times working together. I like
And
that.
then
Some of
ever
our
since
episodes
then-
are informative, others are just funny, others are just like fucking strict, like I don't think we fucking joke around in all of them, right? There's there's nothing that we really.
Yeah. And then even ever since then, like creating new memories outside of work, but still always like remaining friends together.
Yeah, that's how it goes, you know. All right, well, this is our 100th episode. I'm proud of where we came from, where we are now. I'd love to see this keep going.
200. We coming.
Let's do it.
This time next year.
Chit. So thank you all for making this possible, because we are greatly appreciative of that. All your support, all your follows, all your shares, your likes, listens, and your comments. It means a lot to us. So keep it up. Appreciate you guys.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.